All right.
So this will be sent to students afterwards.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so hello, welcome. This is to the 2 students and those that are watching. So this is the orientation session for the Master of Biotechnology. This is just to give you some background about Flinders, answer some questions, ask questions please, and also some of the background about what you'll be doing for the next 2 years. Okay, so I'm going to just start. So welcome. So we're in the College of Medicine and Public Health, and Master of Biotech is quite often written as MBTL. Okay, so just to let you know. I would like to start with an acknowledgement of country. So we are here, so Flinders has a lot of different campuses. Here at Bedford Park, we're located on Ghana land. I would like to honour their elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge the connections that they have to the land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. All right, so I would just like to start with a bit about me. So I am the course coordinator of the Master of Biotech. Always happy to provide help. So I am located in the Health Science building. So we're in Flinders Medical Centre here. Health Science, if you don't know, I think both of you found Li Fei yesterday. So I was talking to her. So you know I'm just down the hall from her. Okay. So you're always welcome to email me. My phone number's there as well. But if you need to see me, email me and set up a meeting is a good way of doing that. So I was just going to start with a bit of a background about me. So like you all, I'm new to Flinders as well. So I've been here since the start of May. So I did my undergrad at Adelaide Uni, so that's me, about 20 years ago. And then I did my PhD at Adelaide Uni as well, and I majored in microbiology. So I love bacteria, that's my topic of choice. I then went to the US and spent 4 years in Philadelphia doing research, so more on bacteria. And then I came back to University of Adelaide, where I worked as a researcher and then a lecturer in biotechnology. So I've been teaching in biotech for the past 8 years. And then I have come across, as of May, as I said, to Flinders, and am looking after the Master of Biotech here at Flinders. Okay, so basically my key message is, if my clicker works, which it seems to have paused, is that I am here to help you. Oh, technical issues. Well, we don't want to get stuck on my photos the whole time, do we? Let me see what I can do. Okay, that seems to work. All right, so I'm here to help. Okay, so I see a critical part of what I do is to provide assistance to you all wherever I can. So if you have any concerns, any problems, please contact me. And as I said, you can just email me and I'm happy to set up a time to sit down and have a chat with you so I can provide any help. Okay, so this session is sort of broken into 2 parts. So the first part will go through some Flinderization, as I'm calling it. So I'm undergoing my Flinderization as a new person at Flinders as well. But this is just some basic things about Flinders and some support networks that we've got here that can help you as well. And then we'll talk a bit more about the actual course and the structure, and I'll answer any questions that you may have. Okay, so this is getting your essentials sorted. Okay, so the Wi-Fi network, have you both got on the Wi-Fi network? No? Okay, so Eduroam is the network that you would use. And then what you need to do is you'll be told to put in your FAN, which is your surname and 0123. So you should have a FAN number similar to that, okay? And then your password, okay? This file will be available to them to look at as well.
I was going to interrupt and say, I can see you both manfully writing.
Yeah.
These slides will be available.
Okay.
So if you can keep writing,
Yeah.
but if you miss anything, the slides will be available, the lecture recording will be available, so you don't have to write everything down.
Because for this as well, you can download so for your laptop, you can download a file and it will connect to that as well. I just did it this morning because I got back from India and it didn't work anymore. So I had to do it this morning as well, so I know that. So that will get you connected to the Wi-Fi so you don't have to use your data on your mobile. All right, so this is a section called Compass, so a new student section. So this will give you information on how to enroll and register in classes. And if you need help, you can submit a support request. So there's that website there, flinders.edu.au/ask, or you can call Flinders Connect to help you with that as well. You've both enrolled in everything, as you've said. But that can guide you through that process. Have you got ID cards? No. All right. So you can request your ID card by selecting Order My ID card under the Quick Link section of the Compass as well. So when you get this, you can go to that and organise your student card as well. All right. So enrolling and registering. Okay. So step one is to enrol in your topic. So we'll go through the topics for the second semester when we go through a bit more information about the Master of Biotech. But for this, for step one, you can simply log into the student system, select your enrolment tab, agree to the declaration, scroll down till you see the topics available for your course, and then place a tick next to the topics you want to enroll in. So we'll show you the study plan in a bit, but then you'll be able to just save those changes. Then you need to register for your specific classes. So for this, you need to log into the student system, select the My Timetable tab, select the study period, the change or register for each topic, and then you can click on the plus to select a class and select Save. Have you both managed to do that? Yes, awesome. Okay, so that is enrolling and then registering for your classes. And you should then have your own timetable all ready to go. All right, so then you've got your online learning environment, okay? So Flow, as we call it, Flinders Learning Online, that's the learning management system at Flinders. So this is a Canvas platform. So you might hear us I refer to it as Flow, some people refer to it as Canvas, but it means the same thing. So the topics should be live.
Yes.
I know that most of them are. I think there's one I'm trying to chase up to get live. So they should be there for you to have a look at. But yes, you can get some more help about using Flow at this website as well. So intro to Flow and textbook sessions by the orientation planner. Okay, but it's probably a good idea just to have a look at the sites and play around with them so that you can get used to how Canvas and how Flow works and get accustomed to it, depending on what learning environment you've come from. Okay, transport, so getting to Flinders. So there's a whole range of choices. So parking permit, so if you're going to park on campus, if you're going to drive a car, you need a parking permit. So if you go to that website, you'll be able to apply for one. There are buses that come to FMC or University Drive, so that's just Adelaide Metro that you can look at for timetables and routes. The train comes straight from the city, 22 minutes, just down to our brand new Health and Medical Research Building, which is then a short walk up the hill. And there is also a loop bus that goes around campus. It goes to Tonsley as well, and that links to bus public transport options. What it doesn't say here is you can ride your bike, because that's how I get to work. So that's not on here. And there is bike parking available, secure facilities. So anyway, that's something that's missing. But these are the main ways that people get here, because it's very hard to get up the hill on your bike, trust me. Okay, so scholarships. So information about these are all online, so there's a range of different ones for you to look at. So you're welcome to have a look at that to see if there's any that are options for you. I'll be honest, I don't know enough about this and whether there are. Do you need a microphone? Yeah, you want to take that? Because that would be something of interest, I'm sure.
So before my current role, which is an enrolment and course advisor, and I will introduce myself formally in a minute, but I worked in student finance, and part of student finance is scholarships. So while there are lots of scholarships that are available, unfortunately there aren't a great deal of scholarships that are available for postgraduate students or international students. So the main scholarships for international students come in at the research level as opposed to the postgraduate level, but I still would encourage you to have a look at the scholarships database and see if there is anything that you would be eligible for. You can, by ticking on the different categories on there, you can refine the search to fit yourself more closely, just to bring back scholarships that have the potential to be more applicable to yourself. So do have a look, but I'm not sure how many would be available to you, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tessa. So moving on, so safety. So yes, so this is to look after yourself on campus. So we're a very safe campus, but if you experience or witness unacceptable behaviour or harassment, these are options. So you can make a confidential report. So you just look for search for safety on campus at our website. You can email studenteo@flinders.edu.au and making a phone call to 82012118. So making a report doesn't initiate a complaint, so it's just the first step so that you can have confidential support, okay, and information as to what you do next and how we can help, okay. So again, Flinders, we want to look after you, and obviously we don't accept unacceptable behaviour or harassment. So please, if you need help with that, you can go through that method. Okay, so health, counselling and disability services. So through our services, so there is a QR code there for you to go through, but you can see a doctor or nurse, you can chat with a counsellor, talk with a disability advisor about studying with a health or mental health condition, and access self-help resources. So counselling is free, it's confidential, so it's applied to you, and if you are having mental health issues or stress, you know, it can be difficult. So there's lots of students that have used this service, and I would highly recommend it if you are having any difficulty in that way. So yeah, and there is an after-hour crisis support line, or even just an SMS one for you to access as well. So yeah, if you've also disability plans as well, if you need anything like that, I would recommend setting that up so that you can let your topic coordinators know as soon as possible as well, so they know how to help you. Okay. Oasis. So this is something I've been learning about recently, which has been awesome. So this is a student community wellbeing centre. So this is about supporting your physical, emotional, social and spiritual needs to help you in your academic life, okay, as well as your personal life. So if you're happy, you're going to study better as well, right? They have a whole range. I'd highly recommend you go to their website. A whole range of different things they do. Just catch-ups, groups during the week, yoga. They have a few forest walks through the semester. So I've gotten into the habit of walking around the lake every day. That's my walk. I don't know if you know where the lake is. There's also a forest just over this way that you can go for a little stroll through. That's one of the things I do at lunchtime to help with my own mental well-being. Yeah, so have a look. They have food as well, I think. They have a lunch session, and there's a whole range of different things they do. It's really awesome. It's a great way to meet people as well, right? Because I think if you're new to Flinders, if you're new to the country, you need a support network. So I would highly recommend looking at what they offer and getting involved as a way of building your own support network. Another one that are super useful for me as well, and have been since I've been here to help provide support to students, is the International Student Services. So they're here to support you to succeed, okay? So they can answer questions, share information, discuss confidential matters, help with orientation. They have social and fun activities. They are the ones to go to for any questions about international matters, okay? So they're super useful. So that's the email address, which I have emailed, iss@flinders.edu.au. They have a phone number, and they're located just near Fusa and Flinders Connect, so in the Professional Services building, which is just up near the Student Hub, okay? But they can provide you with lots of support as you go through your studies as well. All right, so we actively promote awareness and respect here at Flinders for the diversity of our students. So some of our services include student success and wellbeing advisors. So we have a student success and wellbeing advisor for our college. That's right, isn't it? Yes. Melissa. Yes, so yes. Melissa Suckley. So she can provide advice for you there as well. We have prayer rooms, so conversation groups through Oasis, as I was talking about. Equal opportunity advisors. We have a pride network. What's the good vibes experiment?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, there we go. I'm learning too. So you can go to the student.flinders.edu.au/support to find out more about that as well. So there's a huge community, right? There's groups on campus as well for you to be involved in that will help you with your building your network on campus as well. Cool. I'm going to hand it over to Tessa for a minute and I will sit down for a sec.
So like I mentioned before, my name's Tessa and I am one of the 2 enrolment and course advisors for the college. I have another colleague called Kelly who isn't here today, but as a team, we're here to help. I don't know how to use that, so I'm going to... No, that's okay. So we're here to help you with any of your enrolment concerns. The enrolment and course advisors make up part of a bigger team called the Student Administration Services team, or the SAS, which is university-wide, so it's not just in the college. And as it's listed up there, there's lots of different aspects to the SAS team. They can be college-based, where they are involved with enrolment, assessment, teaching support, timetabling, all sorts of different aspects there. But they can also be university-wide, so student finance, which is where I said that I have worked previously, graduations, examinations, all across the board. It is our goal in the SAS team to support students in its entirety through their student life cycle. And that's what we're here for. So it says up there that we're passionate, but it goes beyond that. It is our core role to be here to support students, and it's my pleasure to do that for students. It is really important that students are aware of our team and what we are here to do and help you with. Physically speaking, the College of Medicine and Public Health SAS team, our front desk is just down the corridor, just down there, well, out and around a bit. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to venture that way. We're very close to the library. We have a front desk out the front, which is, generally speaking, has somebody on that from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There, we also do have that phone number there that students can use. We do have electronic ways of contacting us, which arguably is the preferred way to contact us, because it makes it easier for us to take the time to review student requests and be able to provide the most accurate information possible. So as we can see here, there's the general college inquiries email address, and then there's also Ask Flinders. Ask Flinders is generally what's recommended for students to use. It's the official pathway for students to contact the university, and that can be used for a range of inquiries, not just enrolment focused inquiries. This slide here gives you a little bit of information about some etiquette, I suppose, when it comes to sending in some emails to us. When sending in correspondence to us, but to the university more broadly, it's best to provide as much identifying details as possible. So not just your name, for example, also including your student ID number or your FAN, both. Anything that we can use to easily identify you on the system is preferred. And then further to that, if you have a specific problem that you would like assistance with, providing as much detail about that problem as possible is fantastic. That means that we can answer your questions as efficiently as possible without having to have a long conversation about everything. Hopefully, if we have all of the information that we need, we can get an answer back to you as quickly as possible. In saying that, if you need help but you're not sure what help you need, or you're not sure where to send it to, or you have a range of concerns, that's okay as well. Reaching out is the most important step, and the earlier that you do that, the better it will be, so that we can help resolve any concerns that you have. So I think I have, nope, I don't have one final slide, but I would like to say, and I have said this at every orientation session that I've been at, we're here to help you, and we don't take that role lightly. We would like to be involved with helping you through your studies. The enrolment and course advisors use a document called a study planner, which lists out the topics that are in your degree, and students can request a personalised study planner at any point and with any frequency. You can ask for one every semester, and that is totally fine. It will map the topics that you have completed, or if you've received any credit or anything like that, and then the topics remaining to complete your degree. It's a really helpful guide for students to look at what they've got coming ahead and become comfortable with what they're studying. So if at any point you have any questions, concerns, need some help with any aspect of your studies, please reach out to us. We're here to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tessa. All right, so making the most of orientation. Okay, so finding your way. So in Flow, you should have an online orientation topic. So Flow, again, is our learning management system. So finding your way at Flinders, and so this will help you get familiar with Flinders and how the university works. I have just been doing a very similar module for new staff. So this will help you, explore some of the skills you need, some tricks and shortcuts to help you with your study. Find out about the support services. So this will give you more information about some of what I've thrown at you today. So there's a lot of information that I'm putting on you right now, okay? But this will help you get a bit more of that as well, okay? So watch the videos, and so this is just a link to a website with that as well to help you. Okay, O Week. So this is O Week that we are in right now. So orientation week. Hopefully there's things going on in campus. So the Welcome Hub. So have you been to the hub up on the big building with the tavern and the cafe in it? So that will help you there. There's campus tours, a range of other sessions such as Introduction to Flow, social events as well. So if you go to the Orientation O Week website, that will give you a whole range of the different activities that are available this week. We are having a session on Friday for the Masters of Biotech as well. So it's actually a mid-year presentations for our research project students. They're doing 3-minute talks. So it's short, sharp and snappy talks. So if you are more than, I'll talk a bit more about it later, but you're more than welcome to come along. I encourage you to. It'll give you some ideas of different research that's going on that you might want to do, because you're only a year away from doing that. And then we are planning on going to the tavern just for a social catch-up as well at the end. So it'd be a good way to meet other students as well. So I'll talk a bit more about that when we get through it. Okay, so Connect Week is next week. All right, so there's a whole range of different things that will be going on during Connect Week. So quiz nights, comedy shows, fair days, picnic games, meditation and conversation. So there's live music. There's quite often live music just in the hub anyway. And information, as I was talking about, those clubs that are available for you as well. So I would encourage you to get involved in the different clubs. So more information for that can be available in Connect Week as well. So that's just week 1 of the semester, so next week on July 22nd. So that's next week is when all your classes will start as well, but this will be going on at the same time. Okay, so some key dates. So this week is O Week. As I just said, classes start 22nd of July, so that's next Monday. Connect Week is next week as well, so from the 22nd to the 26th of July. Your last day to enrol in topics will be the end of, so that's in week 2, so the 2nd of August. Census date, okay, so the 23rd of August, so if that's the last day to drop out without paying, so that is in week 5, so the 23rd of August. Last day to withdraw without failure is in week 9 on the 4th of October, okay, so take note of those key dates within semester 2. Top tips, okay, so yeah, get familiar with Flow or with Canvas. Okay, that's going to be crucial to your studies, so get used to it right now. I have no idea what ping is. What's ping?
Ping is... Excuse me, just sitting down. Ping is a newsletter that's sent out to students. I have heard it suggested that it's sent out by a student association, but I'm not sure if that's correct, but it is sent out to students to provide an update of what's happening around the university.
Okay, cool. And you can also follow in on the Instagram page and the Facebook site for Hey Flinders and Ask Flinders, and that would give you an idea of what's going on as well. FUSA, so the Student Association, so I would recommend, I think they provide great support to you as well during your studies, so they can provide you with help along the way as well if you need extra support. I would highly recommend joining them as well. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and that goes to come to me as well, okay? So, and all the teaching staff in the Master of Biotech, okay? We're all wanting to help you, so I'll go through some of them in a minute. Everyone is willing to help, so please reach out if you are struggling, if you need questions, you have what you think are silly questions. They're probably not silly questions, and you're probably not the only one that has them. So feel free to ask. Yeah, and there's just another website there with some more support links for you as well. Okay, so that's kind of your Flinderization, okay? And now I just want to talk for a bit about the Master of Biotech. So that's obviously why you're here. So this 2-year course is what I am looking after. So what is biotechnology? So really, really simply, it's basically biology plus technology. Okay, so, and the whole idea of it is that it can be applied to many economic and social sectors, and it has the ability to improve our ability to do a whole range of things. So that can be from treating debilitating diseases, so medical biotech, cleaning up the environment, environmental biotech, producing new goods and services. So it can cover agricultural biotech, marine biotech, industrial biotech. Okay, so it's a whole range of different fields of biotechnology, I suppose, and they can be quite diverse and different. So within our biotech program, we do try and cover all of these, and through the research project in the second year, you sort of get the choice of where you want to go with your with the course. So yes, the future is biotech. So this just sort of looks at, this is the US market and where we're growing in the next, well, it was 10 years, so till the end of 2030. And you can see there's a biotech boom, and every single field of biotech is going up. So it's not just health, bioinformatics is increasing. So if you're interested in bioinformatics, there is a course in second year that you'll do. Industrial biotech is increasing, food and agriculture. So the biotech boom is here. And this comes into Australia as well. So this is an article from last year talking about the US biotech boom that's creating a lot of local jobs here in Australia. And we need people to be able to fill these jobs, okay? So in the coming years. So this is how many jobs they expect to be created by 2030, okay? So we need people with qualifications to be able to fill these jobs that are coming. All right, so what to expect in your time here at Flinders, okay? So a whole range of different things. So we've been speaking to industry about what they want, all right? So you're here, right, to get a job at the end, okay? So you want it to mean something. And what we've been doing is getting insights from industry about what we need to include within our course so that you're qualified and ready to go, okay? So some of these things that we put in there then are things like practical sessions. So you're going to have a number of, so starting off this semester with protein to proteome has a really big practical component, and that will get you some of that hands-on learning. There's a number of other topics that have practical components, so molecular biotech, medical biotech, industrial biotech, and then you've got your 9-month research project in your second year, okay? So you will get a lot of hands-on practical sessions, and the point there is they're important, okay? But as well as that, there's a whole range of other skills that are really important, and some of these are perhaps what you might call soft skills, okay? So things like working as a team, it's really super important for your future career. Communication skills, okay? And where I say with diverse stakeholders, okay, that can mean with experts in the fields, okay? So scientifically, how you present, and that might be different to say to business people, or on Friday when we have our mid-year updates, that's kind of more of a to a lay person, okay, if that makes sense, to a non-expert. So there's a whole range of different skills that you need to build that we integrate within our program. All right, so you're going to get some understanding of commercialization, entrepreneurship, intellectual property, and patents, okay? So this is predominantly through biobusiness. It's a topic that you'll do in your second year. There's also some of the regulations that are involved that you'll be doing in LESAB, which is Legal, Ethical, Social Aspects of Biotechnology, that you'll be doing this semester, okay? And it's really important to have this understanding in terms of, so you know all those processes and how critical they are in terms of going from, I always say bench to bedside, but that's talking about a drug predominantly in the biotech, okay? But how you get there, it's tough, okay? And it's important for you to have the knowledge of all those regulations and how we actually go from A to B. All right, so research project placement. So this is predominantly within the university and FMC. There is possibility of industry. Some of our research is supported by industry. These placements are already also in our brand new building, which I presume you've seen if you've come into campus, okay? So quite a number of our students are in the new building, the Health and Medical Research Building that only opened in June, okay? So our Prime Minister was here to open it. Brand spanking new, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it has a really nice view from, have you had a tour, Tessa? No, it's spectacular. So
no, I haven't,
yeah,
but apparently they have sparkling water on tap.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
Yes. So if you love some sparkling water, get
just
on over there.
Yeah. So, but a number of our students are in there, and as part of Advanced Biotechniques this semester, we're hoping to, well, we will have a tour. So we're going to go into, I think it's level, I'm confused, there's 9 levels. On level 8, they have a platform, so there's flow cytometry, proteomics. We'll be having a tour of that whole section as in Advanced Biotechniques, so you will get to be in there this semester. So that's that, 9-month research project, and you can sort of think about what interests you. You might be interested in medical biotech, so you might want to be in there, or you might want agricultural biotech, so we have people working on modifying plants to grow better, for crops purposes, etc. You might want to do more industrial biotech where you're producing a protein or something similar. Okay, so that is something that we will work out in for you all. You'll be starting to think about it semester 1 next year, looking at where you want to go with your biotech course here at Flinders. So there's a whole combination of assessments. So there's coursework, so presentations, essays, quizzes, project work, exams, so end of semester quizzes, a dissertation. So in your research project, you write a thesis that's probably about 40 to 60 pages long. You'll do a final presentation. You'll have a viva where you're questioned by academics. Sounds stressful, but you should, by the end of it, you should know your project so well that it's fun, okay? And you get to show off how much you know. So that's just some of the different ways that we assess, okay? All right, so this page just links to the course rule, okay? So this page will give you all the information, so it goes through all the study plan, all the rules, the learning outcomes, the aims, student progression rules. So this is your go-to for any information of like that, okay? Obviously, again, if you have questions, please come to me. I'm happy to help you through any of that if you have any further questions. All right, so there's a lot here, right? Yeah, whoa, all right? So these are our course learning outcomes. So I will quickly go through them. So transfer and apply core scientific concepts to develop solutions in the biotechnology industry. work in ways that are informed by the legislative, regulatory, commercial, scientific, and social environment. So that's some of those rules that we were just talking about. So critical analysis and problem-solving skills. So you need to think about how to design experiments, okay? So we'll be covering some of that in advanced biotechniques, okay? So you need to think about how to do these and planning and implementing innovative solutions within a diverse range of sectors. So that's where we try and cover medical biotech, industrial biotech. We have components of ag biotech, things like that that will integrate through this as well. This one is about communicating, right? So synthesize information, communicate effectively, succinctly, and sensitively with the scientific community, co-workers, government agents, investors, the broad public, and particular cultural and Indigenous communities. So that's where we're looking at communicating with a diverse audience, okay? And that you should be able to talk to scientific experts, but then just to the broad public as well. It's not as easy as it sounds. It's actually quite difficult. So apply judgment and initiative to propose and prioritise work strategies in consultation with co-workers, so to achieve timely completion of a project. So group work, okay, which is a really important skill to be able to do. Work in a multidisciplinary team and incorporate the views of all stakeholders, including Indigenous groups, and use self-awareness and consultation to understand your role within a group and how best you can contribute to the group. So that's group work as well, which we explicitly teach within the course also. Articulate a conscious understanding of your own values and demonstrate respect for the value of others and the ability to view an ethical dilemma from multiple viewpoints. So some of that will be we have a debate that you do as well in LESAB, the legal ethical. So it's good to view these dilemmas from other sides and listen to others' opinions. You may change your opinion as a result. Inform society of impending developments and engage in a constructive debate. Incorporate understanding and awareness of Indigenous and other communities' religious beliefs and culture into biotechnology practice. Plan and conduct research projects and effectively communicate research funding. So obviously a lot of that will be involved in the second year in your biotech research project. And apply your understanding of the commercialization processes to biotechnology products or services. So there's a lot of information there, right? A lot that you'll do in the next 2 years. So the way that you're going to do it is with this study plan. Okay, so this goes through all the different courses that we've got. So you can see year 1, you're starting in semester 2. So that's down the bottom here that you'll begin. So you'll do this half first, and then next semester you will do these 4 subjects, 4 topics, before moving into second year, where you'll start again in the second semester doing bioinformatics and biotechnology research project before finishing up with the first half, biobusiness, medical biotechnology, and biotechnology research project. Okay, so these topics are all taught by a range of different people. So these are just some of the different academics that you will be involved with. So for the first year, so if we start with semester 2, okay, so protein to proteome is taught, a topic coordinated by Crystal. Crystal's from Science and Engineering. She's a plant molecular biologist. So this topic has a lot of practical work involved. So I think there's 4 or 5 lab sessions, and they're 6 hours each. So there's quite a lot of lab work there, focusing on purifying a protein, Western blot, Page gels. Lu Fei, who I think you've met, is that right? You met Lu Fei yesterday? No? No? Did you come up onto our floor yesterday or not? Oh, interesting. So there are other students around the place.
Well, there's 4 that are enrolled.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, well that's interesting. Okay, anyway, so Lu Fei is up in the Health Sciences building with me. Okay, and you can see here, she topic coordinates a lot of different topics. So Lu Fei, she actually did her undergrad biotech here and has never left. She's a great teaching academic. So she's got the legal, ethical and social aspects of bioscience. So she'll be teaching that in second semester. And in first semester next year, she also topic coordinates molecular biotechnology as well as industrial and pharmaceutical biotechnology. And then we have Khan. So Khan is a nanobiotechnologist, I suppose is what you would call him. So he is taking professional skills for biotechnology in second semester, topic coordinating. And then in first semester, he teaches nanobiotechnology as well. So professional skills will cover writing skills, presentation skills, a whole range of some data analysis as well. Okay, so you'll learn some skills there in terms of that, because data analysis is going to be critical going forward. That's what industry has told us they want you to have skills in as well. Then Rowena started at the beginning of the year. She will be topic coordinating advanced biotechniques, which will cover things like CRISPR, genome sequencing, flow cytometry. You'll be looking at designing methods. You'll be to novel CRISPR anti-infectives if you want, or to design maybe a plant. So you'll have to make a poster and a presentation for that, as well as write an essay. So that's in second semester. And then if we go back to first semester, you've got Lu Fei, molecular biotechnology. So as it says, molecular biology, there's practical components there as well. Benoit takes human molecular genetics that he runs, so that's a lot of genetics, medical related. Lu Fei also runs industrial and pharmaceutical biotechnology, so that gives you some of that bioprocessing components, fermentation. So you'll brew beer. You won't taste it. You're not allowed to taste it because you're in the lab, but you'll brew beer as a component to look at how fermentation works. Okay, so the students really enjoy that. Nanobiotechnology, so Khan will cover that, and there's practical components in that as well. So I think that's looking for antimicrobials. So Khan, some of his research involves coating medical devices with novel antimicrobial substances. I'm not a nanobiotechnologist, but so he looks at, nano obviously means really small, right? So that's Khan's research interest. So that's the first year. So hopefully you've enrolled in these 4 topics that are at the bottom here. And then in second year, we have biobusiness, which is involved in, that's looking at the bench to bedside, okay? So how do we take a finding, how do we commercialize it, what issues are there in marketing, in finance, etc. Lu Fei, with Ross as well, is involved in medical biotechnology. So Ross is a pharmaceutical expert, so he's been at Flinders for quite a long time, and is a great expert in medical biotech. So he takes a lot of those workshops that are involved in that. I am running the biotech research project, so I help you with your placement. We'll be having a session every few weeks just to catch up, see how you're going. I will provide help in terms of presentation skills, how to write a thesis, how to write a lit review, just to chat about your experience, okay, and to help you through that. So the research project I'll talk a bit more about in a minute. And then Professor Jim Mitchell runs bioinformatics, okay, so another important area of biotech. If you think back to that graph, bioinformatics is also taking off. So it's good to have understanding of bioinformatics and how that works, and the different components that are necessary to understand that. And then obviously there's a whole range of other biotech researchers. So these are academics from CMBH, academics from CSE as well, Science and Engineering, where you can do your research project. Okay, we have students at SAMRI in the city as well, if you know where SAMRI is. So we have students in a lot of different places doing their research project. So the students are always interested in their research project. So I thought I'd show you a brief of what this would be. So this is 2 topics, because you take 1 in each semester, but it's a lot, right? So it's 22.4 units. A normal topic is 4.5 units, okay? So it's about 8 to 9 months. And what this happens is, so before the semester, hopefully, we organise where you're going to go. And that I can help you with that, but you need to think about what interests you. I always encourage students, you're going to have a better year if you're doing something that you're really motivated to do, and that you're interested in. So we try and place you somewhere where that is possible. And then you start your year beginning your research project with training, induction. You have a placement agreement that you come up with your supervisor. Then you need to, by late August, submit a research proposal. Your supervisor will help you with that, okay? So help you come up with a goal of what you'll be doing for the year. And then we'll have an introductory presentation along where you'll tell us what you're doing, why it's important. You'll answer some questions from your fellow students. Then you need to submit a literature review, which is 5,000 words, summarises the background, the importance of it, the gaps in the literature that leads to your question. Then we'll have probably in December, this might change, but my 3-minute update, which is what's happening on Friday for our students that started at the end of the year. So it's also a social thing, right? So to catch up with your fellow students. And then by mid-year, by February, you will also submit a mid-progress report, stipulating how you're going and what you plan on doing for the rest of the year to finish up. And then thesis. So this is the dissertation, which is 40 to 60 pages. So you'll have a lot of time to write it, and then we submit it. And then by May, June, you'll have your final presentation and your viva, which is about 20 to 30 minutes of questions from 2 different examiners. Okay. So this can be done in a whole range of different themes, and I've just sort of drawn on some of them here. Okay. So this is just different research areas. So bioprocessing, that can be involved in drug discovery, for instance, medical biotech. And there's a whole range. It's probably a bit limited. There's a whole range of different ways that you can look at that. And you can look at the research that's going on at Flinders and in HMRB. There's a whole range of different areas that you can go into here. So nanobiotech looks a lot on antimicrobials, so that's one aspect there. But we also have food and agricultural biotech. So this is looking at things like food security and sustainability, marine biotechnology. So these are just sort of some of the ideas of different areas that you can go into. It's certainly not limited to these, but these are just some of the different possibilities. So for medical and pharmaceutical, things like looking at personalised medical care through diagnostics, discovering new therapies, disease prevention. So, as I said, antibacterial technologies for medical devices, novel devices for diagnosis of diseases, controlled drug delivery, so platform technologies for that, 3D engineering scaffolds for hard and soft tissue regeneration. And then you've got industrial biotech, so looking at manufacturing innovative products, fermentation and biotransformation, and then downstream processing, so the purification of these particular bioactive compounds, for instance. Okay, so this is applied research that can be applied to a range of different sectors, such as marine biotech, food sustainability, bioenergy, and antimicrobial agents, for instance. Okay, so and this can be done through the Marine Bioproducts Cooperative Research Centre that Wei Zhang is involved in on our floor. And finally, food and agricultural biotech. Okay, so this can be looking at things like improving nutritional value, food processing and quality control, and environmentally sustainable food production. So again, there's a whole range of different approaches. So there's multi-omic approaches that Vincent Ballone is involved with, that's on our, in the health science building, but looking at engineering of different polysaccharide biosynthetic pathways, conversion of carbohydrates and secondary metabolites from marine and terrestrial biomass into high-value products. You can just see that there's a whole choice, right? And why it's so important for you to find the area of your interest, and that's where you can go within your research project. Jobs, okay, so obviously there's a whole range of different places that you can go with this. So these are just a range of different biotechnology companies that are around in Adelaide, predominantly, I think. Yeah, they all look like Adelaide ones. So depending on what you want to do, you could be a scientist in research and development in biotech, involved in the discipline, as we've been talking about, that you're interested in. You could be involved in as a medical research scientist, such as in clinical trials design, say CMAX, which is talked about here. So I've had a former student go in to work at CMAX. So if that's something that interests you, that's a possibility as well. You might be interested in the business development, so taking it from the bench to bedside and being more involved in that side, so that's a possibility. One thing that's left off here, you are also eligible for a PhD. You need to do really well to get a scholarship to do that, but that is another avenue that you can go down as well. So you'll be qualified at the end of the Master of Biotech, you'll be eligible to go on to do that. So you can see there's a number of different options here career-wise. It's never too early to start thinking about this and thinking about the skills that you're developing during your Masters, okay? So we teach you a lot of specific skills and it's important to note them down as you go along and keeping your goal of what you want to do afterwards. Okay, so student support. So topic coordinators are your first point of contact, okay? So if you have a question about a topic, go to your topic coordinators, okay? And they will, as I've said, all be willing to help you, okay? There'll be consultation times that they have as well that they'll tell you about, and that's when you can just pop in and see them. As I've said, I'm available too. So if you're not happy with that, or if you have a course general advice, I'm happy to meet with you and discuss what I can do to help. So each topic has topic reps. So these are students. You're welcome to become one if you want as well. And these are your topic representatives. So you can also go to these topic representatives as well if you have questions or concerns. And that's what this is here. So student course reps. So I've noticed it today that Life sent out an announcement about LESAB and applying, but every different topic will have topic course reps as well. And these ones, the course reps are covering the whole course as a whole, okay? So the whole of the Master of Biotech. So Samia, Reza and Arun are our 3 course reps. So they will be at this session on Friday, okay? So if you want to come along, you'll be able to meet them there. So Samia is actually presenting. She's halfway through her research project. Reza and Arun are just about to start their research project. So they're just beginning their 2nd year. The course Canvas page. Have you been on Canvas? Yes? Yes? Yeah, Chin has. Have you been? No? So get on there. There's a course Canvas page as well. Okay, so I'll make announcements to the whole Master of Biotech course as well. I think I made one today about Friday's session. So get on there because then you'll be able to, they should get automatic access to that, yeah. You'll get information about the whole course and other announcements that I make in general, okay? So that, it's listed there for you as well. And this is where I was just talking about the social events. So Friday, so mid-year presentations from 1:30. So I think the timetable, I tell the students 1:30, but we're starting at 1:40 according to my timetable. And that goes to, I think there'll be a break. There's 20 presentations, but they're 3 minutes each. So you won't get bored because they change very quickly. And we'll finish about 4 o'clock and there'll be a little break in the middle as well. And then we plan on going just to the tavern, just to social, get to know you, say hello kind of session. Okay, so I would encourage you to come along. It's going to be a great way to meet other students as well. Okay, yes, and career opportunities events. This is where on the course website during the year I'll make announcements to particular things that I think would be useful for you to go to build your network and to just other biotech things that are going on in Adelaide in general. And get out there, right? So if you haven't been to Adelaide before, I can give you advice after advice about things to do, about what I love doing. But yeah, make sure that this is looking after yourselves as well, okay? So obviously you'll be studying and that's your primary focus, but you also need to make time for your own well-being. So get out there and look at different things in South Australia and in Adelaide, okay? I think that's about it. Have I missed anything?
Just on this,
yep.
I think the International Student Services team they arrange a variety of events, outings, excursions for international students to see different parts of South Australia. So that's a really good way to network with other students as well. So I'd encourage you to get involved with that. South Australia has so many great things to offer, so definitely get in and around it.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions? Should I stop the recording and then we'll have some questions? Because you probably don't want to be recorded while you ask questions, do you? Let me work out how to do that.